How's it going, guys? But of course you'll be seeing in some AWP, or the AWP, in Counter-Strike Go, Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Because I have basically built my YouTube channel on sniping for the most part, because everyone always comments, well, I had a couple of subscribers ask me why I haven't actually tried out the AWP, the AWP yet. And here it is. This is early preliminary footage. I've gotten far better, I find, in the short term. So don't take these as great things, because of course I bought the game like a week or two ago. So of course don't take this as, oh, well, you're a shit sniper, because of course I'm still new to the game. I'm still learning and all the idiosyncrasies and hotspots in this game, and trying to continually improve muscle memory and all that, etc. And although some of the drag shots were pretty decent for a guy who's been playing for a week. One thing you'll notice for the most part when I use the AWP here, and I can't believe I didn't really think of it earlier, and it is a big detriment, but I assure you that I've absolutely implemented it into my gameplay and I've gotten continually better with it, is you'll notice for the most part that I'm not at all really used to the toggle zoom when it comes to the zooming of this sniper rifle. In most of the other games I've ever played, I've used the right mouse button to zoom. I've always used hold zoom instead of toggle zoom, and you'll see for the most part here that I wasn't used to it at all. I was used to just toggling it off. But of course I've learned that switching to your knife or switching to your sidearm immediately destroys the zoom animation and gets you right back to being able to immediately zoom right back in again and move around without having to worry about the zoom feature. So that is something I've implemented into my game and I'm going to get continually better at. So if you were going to point that out in the comments, hey, I've already learned, trust me. It's just you won't see it in the footage here. I do play some TDM and I do play some casual. Some drag shots are pretty decent. Some of it is just average. But I do notice that this game is no different than any of the others in terms of how people treat snipers. You'll hear a couple of the guys in the background here go absolutely nuts, call me a hacker, call me all sorts of different names that I'm already used to that are unoriginal and very, very dumb, possibly even offensive to the different people to use. Doesn't offend me. As long as I'm getting kills, I laugh about it, but I find for the most part the attitudes are still the same. You're either going to love snipers or you're going to absolutely detest them. Except in this game I find for the most part that there is, even as attackers or defenders, there's always a different route to use. I've watched a couple of pro players play, and of course they can make the good claim that they're quite valid in certain circumstances and probably beneficial in a lot of different circumstances. So to completely ignore them based on some preconceived hatred that you certainly can't get over seems illogical, and you'll probably end up dying to them. But hey, that's life. Beautiful, isn't it? And I've noticed that when I play with this sniper rifle a lot of the time, especially I find, of course, it's far more valid on defense, sort of like if I was playing rush defense when it comes to Battlefield 4. It's easier because the enemy's going to be going to you. You control the hotspot, you control their flow, and they're going to be basically going into your crosshair. Though I did try it out in TDM quite a bit. Attackers, though, it's valid too. I find as long as you're taking your time and you're sort of basically aiming towards where you believe they're going to be, especially if they're trying to hold off and you're running as a team, because you definitely don't want to be going solo with this. Any smoke or flashbang is basically going to get you killed against any good player, or if you're going... well, because I find a lot of people go for... And that's why I guess a lot of the big YouTube videos for this game are clutches with the AWP, because it's a difficult thing to do. But if you run with a team, because other than TDM footage for the most part, you'll see that I'm with teammates a lot of the time. And if they have your back, you can guard their back, and it provides for an incredibly efficient scenario. You just don't want a lot of people running snipers at the same time. But at the same time, again, you don't want to have a lack of snipers. You want to have a good balance. But I will post more footage of it. I'm absolutely loving this sniper rifle, and I know some people are going to hate that comment, but that's life. I expect you to hate it. But I will post more, and ideally you guys will enjoy it. Have a good one, YouTube. See you later.